Hi friends, and thank you for joining me. I'm Linda V. Taylor, and this is Best of Both Worlds. I'm so excited to be working on another Lone Star. This one is a large quilt. It's an extra king size. And my sister Arlene Jones pieced it, and I added some extra borders just so it could fit on one of my beds here. It's completely quilted different than some of the others that I've done, so I'm excited for you to see what I did. Thank you so much for watching. Let's get started. As usual, I just throw up a lot of different patterns on the screen. I kind of put things together in that one area. I wanted to see what some of these would look like because I wanted to put three together. And so it gives me an idea, gives me a good start, looking at ideas for borders. But what I ultimately decided on was these three borders. And you can see I have them here. Let's just make them really large so you can see them. These two are actually overall patterns, but they work really great in the border too. This one is more of a sashing or a smaller border. And so by putting them three together, I'm using the two outer borders. I'm doing one pattern over both of those because they were both dark colored. And then this in the middle border, and then this is the inside border. So I'm really excited to do those, and they worked in there beautifully. For the three put together, I ultimately chose this pattern, and it's so cool because it has a wonderful texture in here through the middle, and it has all of the polka dots. And they're, of course, on this machine, they are perfect polka dots. Although I used to do them freehand, but it's just a beautiful pattern, and put together like that, it's awesome. It also has the triangles. So I used those to place in the triangle area. And then I chose two different feathers. This one has quite a bit of the fern in it, and of course I'm doing some freehand ferns, so that will really go with that. It also has, the polka dot in the middle, and then I'm doing this feather, which has more feathers, still has the ferns. I'm doing that in those inside on point squares. And then for the very center, I chose this one, which has, again, all the polka dots, no ferns, but you'll see how I came out with freehand around that. So I'm so excited about the patterns that I was able to find, to put together. I just think that they just go together so well, and you can see on the quilt how it just ties everything together. And this quilt is just so beautiful. I love broken stars. In the areas of the light blue, I knew that would really stand out because it's a lighter color. So I did go through from point to point here, which was real easy because it was like a square. So I went through there, and I'm going to go from point to point from here to here. And then I want to go from side to side. So if I make a little mark right there, it's actually on the other side right here that I'm going to go to, and I do want to cross that right in the middle. Same thing here. You could measure and find the center, or you can use your eyes and just kind of make a little mark there. And on this line, just making a little mark there. After you get going on this, I think you'll find you don't even have to make marks, that it just works out really well. Now I do have my extended base on. I am able to, use my ruler and make sure that my lines are straight. So I'm just bringing my thread up. I'm going to take a couple little security stitches there and line this up, and we'll come down through the middle. There we go. Now I'm going to just go, I need to go halfway here. There's my mark. So I'm going to just stitch in the ditch as I get up to that mark right there. And then I can go straight across. I'm going to make sure I hit in the middle, come across to there, and I hit my mark over there. Now I have found that for me, rather than stopping and starting, it's as easy to just stitch in the ditch to get where I need to be. There we go. And now I want to come over here. All right, again, I'm checking to make sure that I'm going to go there in the middle. So if my ruler is a quarter inch away, see, I'm right in the middle, and then down to my mark right there. And then, of course, I can continue on. We'll just stitch up here right there like that. And then if I come over, let's see, if I come down, just stitch down here halfway. There we go. On this particular diamond, I need to go up here, and I know that it's like right in the center. And it's actually just straight up. There we go. And then I can do on this side, and that will be straight across. Like that. And then I can come down, stitching down here like this, and then go all the way across. Cross in the middle, all the way up to the point, and then I can come all the way down to this point. Middle, and down to the point, and then up again halfway on this line, over halfway over to here, and of course you could draw all of these on there. There we go, and that one's complete. Then I could stitch up and over halfway there, and that one needs to go over to here. So again, I'll cross in the middle and come over to that side. So you can see how you just keep going, and I just thought of an idea. I think I'll put a crystal in the middle of each one of these, and I think that will be just lovely. In the tips of the stars, where this dark purple area is and this beautiful fabric there, that batik, I decided to do a fern. And I start that fern out every time with a little bit of a curve like this, and then come right up into the point and start coming back. I am in constant now, and I definitely want to reach out to that. I want to come back. I want these to be long ferns. See how much I come back, how far I come back, and I get them curvy. They really have an outside, inside, outside curve. And then I, on purpose, of course, I'm going to come right on top of that. There we go. And then I'll do the other side. I leave a little bit of an opening there. Come all the way up to the top. Come over, make sure I fill in all that area with these wonderful curvy ferns. All the way up, kind of following those seams back because I did not do continuous curve or stitch in the ditch. So I'm making sure that I come close to the edge as I come back. And you can come over anytime you want with another pearl or fern. You see that? Oh man, these look so good when we're finished. And that just filled that area up, lickety-split. On a broken star especially, you've got parts that you're just like, what am I going to do with that? But I decided this part is one thing. Can you see that that part is another? And then this part, so that's how I treated it. This part I wanted to do so that this is kind of up above and it's going to have its own feather, so I don't have to treat this whole thing as one feather. But to get there, I'm going to come up like this and then come up here like this, complete this feather, then come down and finish that feather. I know, does that make sense? I don't know, but that's what I'm going to do. So I will show you what we're into here. I will be in constant, but you can certainly do this in regulated. So I'm coming up like that, and then over here like this, but I'm going to make this like a teardrop, okay? And then I'm going to bring my feather up and over and back down and over, and I'm going to make that a point. So as I come down, make that feather right along the edge there. Then the other side, over, and come up to a point, and then back down. So I have my feather in that area, so now I don't need to worry about that. So as I come down here, I will make my feathers over here on this side, only to this line over here. Like that. I'm going to come up to a point there, follow that line down, follow that line all the way down, and then over. Over. Up to a point to fill that area in, and then back down. Now in this area, I'm only going to come up to that line, and then these feathers can just come halfway back to the line, halfway over, back to the line, halfway over, back to the line. This just starts taking up all this fullness. The rest of the quilt was completely stabilized. There we go, and I have to get back down to the bottom so that I can come over here and complete the other side. That just worked out so well. Sorry, I know it's hard to see in this dark fabric. I'm going to come up and do my point here and then come back with my last feather, and I can stop right there. This area is really going to stand out on the quilt. It's going to be really pretty. I love doing custom work. I really adore the quilts that have overall patterns on them, and I've done many, many thousands of those. But the custom work is what just gets me so excited in using different patterns and doing different things. I hope you'll take the time that you need when you have something special. And don't worry about the time that you have to put into it, because it is worth it. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.